Chair, we can start. We have quorum.
Okay, thank you. Hello and welcome everyone to our September general meeting. I call this meeting to order at 6:31 p.m. We have quorum, so now we will move on to roll call. District 1, Commissioner Mishra.
Present.
District 2, Commissioner Pradeep Kumar.
Present.
District 3, Commissioner Sanchez.
Present.
District 4, Commissioner Arroyo.
Present.
District 5, Commissioner Liu.
Present.
District 6, Commissioner Bansal.
Present.
District 7, Commissioner Vu.
Present.
District 8, Commissioner Gonzalez Munoz.
Present.
District 9, Commissioner Singh.
Present.
District 10, Present. Citywide Commissioner Kucherewski.
Present.
Thank you. Moving on to item 2, consent calendar. Do we have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Commissioner Liu moves to approve.
Do we have a second?
Commissioner Gonzalez, when you second that motion?
All in favor, please vote on your screen. All against, please click that on your screen. Okay, the vote passes unanimously, so we'll move on to item 3, public record. Do we have any public record or correspondence today?
Yes, we do. This is from Blair. Smart way finding kiosks, find directions, community information sharing, scientific data collection, commercial advertising, commercial data collection, and public safety surveillance technology are simply the basic intentions and services of smart way finding kiosks that are placed in high neighborhood and downtowns. Please consider at this time in history why it can be important to learn how to reduce a continual living by local governments with these types of facts of smart way finding kiosks. We are at a time to remember to Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, and that open, accountable practices are the best way to develop a future of a more positive, sustainable community. And always wanting to look for and work towards open participatory democracy and local policy making tends to be more naturally works towards our better ideals. And from this ideals and dialogue of peace and better reasoning before war and its continual needs of secrecy and the use of harm in community decision making. Please consider this in ways to more openly and clearly talk about the facts of smart way finding kiosks and that there can be simpler, more interesting ways to address the future of surveillance, data collection, information sharing, and public safety for the future of downtown San Jose and to keep up with the Joneses in the next town. Thank you.
Thank you. We will move on to item 4, open forum. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak on an item not on today's agenda?
No, we don't.
Okay, we will move on to item 5A, identify ad hoc committees to support work plan objectives. So based on the work plan objectives, we identified 3 ad hocs for the commission, gender-based violence, environment, and career. Do we have any public comment?
No, we don't.
Okay, so we will move on to commission discussion. For the gender-based violence committee, I have appointed Commissioner Anya Mishra, Commissioner Bansal, Commissioner Pradeep Kumar, Commissioner Mascarenas, and Commissioner Liu. For the environment ad hoc, I have appointed Commissioner Singh, Commissioner Gonzalez Munoz, Commissioner Sanchez, Commissioner Mascarenas, and Commissioner Arroyo. For career/education/career, I have appointed Commissioner Liu, Commissioner Vu, Commissioner Arroyo, Commissioner Kucherewski, and Commissioner Pradeep Kumar. Do we have any commission discussion on the ad hocs and the appointed commissioners? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the appointed commissioners to their ad hocs?
Commissioner Vu motions.
Any seconds?
Commissioner Liu seconds.
Okay, please vote on your screens to approve the ad hoc committees. Okay, the vote passes unanimously, so we'll move on to action item 5B, appoint commissioners to the Innovation Committee. Do we have any public comment on the item?
No, we don't.
Okay, so we'll move on to commission discussion. For the STEM Innovation Committee, I have appointed Commissioner Mishra and Commissioner Kuczynski. Is there any commission discussion on the appointed commissioners for the STEM Innovation Committee? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the appointed commissioners to the STEM Innovation Committee?
Commissioner Mishra motions to approve.
Any seconds?
Lou seconds.
Okay, please vote on your screens. Okay, the vote passes unanimously, so we will move on to action item 5C, approve new budget summit date. So at our last general meeting, we approved the budget summit date of January 29th. However, it has come to our attention that this coincides with a festival that is celebrated on the 29th, Chinese Lunar New Year. And so we have moved our budget summit date back to January 26th, 2025, from the previous date. And so do we have any public comment on the item?
No, we don't.
Okay, do we have any commission discussion on the item? It is a Sunday, right before our general meeting. Okay, then, do we have a motion to approve the new date for the budget summit?
Commissioner Singh, motion.
Any seconds?
Commissioner Pradeep Kumar seconds.
Okay, please vote on your screens. You vote to approve the new Youth Commission Budget Summit date passes unanimously, so we move on to action item 5D, approve Youth Commission fiscal year 2024 to 2025 outreach plan. Do we have any public comment on the item?
No, we don't.
Okay, and so this is a work plan for outreach developed with the hard work of Neha. So Neha, would you like to say a few words on the outreach plan?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So the Youth Commission Outreach Plan for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025 is designed to increase awareness of the Youth Commission's initiatives and engage youth in our events, and also encourage applications for vacant seats. By highlighting the Commission's key accomplishments and upcoming activities, we aim to inspire greater participation and representation. And through targeted communication and community engagement, the plan will connect with community-based organizations that align with the Youth Commission's work plan and ultimately increase awareness of these community-based organizations.
Great, thank you. Do we have any commission discussion on the work plan? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the outreach work plan for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025?
Commissioner-
Commissioner Edwin approves.
Someone go.
Go.
Commissioner Edwin approves. Or
Any sec-
Sanchez approves.
Any seconds?
Commissioner Gonzalez seconds that motion.
Please vote on your screen. Okay, the motion to approve the outreach plan passes unanimously, so we'll move on to item 6, reports and informational only. First up is the council liaisons report from Alex Dersch.
Good evening. Good to see you all again. Today's report is going to be a little bit different than past ones. Instead of being about a particular action the council took, it's going to be about something in particular that the council does. And you might have heard recently that a few of our council members recently went to Dublin, Ireland for our sister city relationship with Dublin, Ireland. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the sister city program and the city of San Jose's participation in it. After World War II, communities around the world developed informal ties to foster peace between people. U.S. President Dwight Eisenhower started an initiative in 1956 to formalize these people-to-people relationships through a nonprofit organization called Sister Cities International. Its mission is to facilitate cultural exchange, economic development, and dialogue between international communities. This contrasts with sovereign state relationships that you see in the likes of the United Nations, the European Union, etc. Sister Cities International operates through partnership with individual local governments across the United States. The city of San Jose was one of its founding members, and today San Jose has 8 sister city relationships with Okayama, Japan, San Jose, Costa Rica, Veracruz, Mexico, Tainan, Taiwan, Dublin, Ireland, Pune, India, Ekaterinburg, Russia, and Guadalajara, Mexico. A sister city relationship is a people-to-people relationship where the communities of each city conduct events, activities, and programs with each other about topics such as civic participation, economic activity, sports, arts, education, music, and other cultural spheres. This relationship is formalized by an agreement made between the two governments of the cities. In San Jose, our city council approves any sister city agreements, and our Office of Economic Development oversees and administers them. The events, activities, and programs that make up the relationship are developed and implemented by a local nonprofit committee made up of local community members. These committees are funded by their own fundraising efforts, but they do receive some financial support from the city. For example, in fiscal year 2024-2025, our Office of Economic Development is providing up to $3,000 in funding from their own budget to support these committees in program development and implementation. The Office of Economic Development's business development team administers our sister city programs with coordination from the mayor, city council, and other city departments. They also reach out to federal and state governments and international businesses. One notable aspect of the relationship is like what I just mentioned, delegation trips, where public officials from one city will go to visit the other. So sometimes we'll have officials go to a sister city across the world, and sometimes they'll come over here. To learn more about it, I've provided a URL there from the Northern California chapter of Sister Cities that has a list of all the member cities in Northern California. And if you search for the city of San Jose, you'll see more details on our program and the particular partnerships that we have with a couple of the cities listed above. And then I provide my citations from a memorandum from our international programs manager, Joe Hedges, from the website of Sister Cities International, and then from an article from the agreement itself between our city and the city of Dublin, Ireland, for the Sister City Program Committee for the fiscal year 2021-2022. And let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Do any commissioners have any questions on the report? Well, I have one question. And so this sounds really great. And honestly, I haven't really heard of this. And so I was wondering if you had any examples of these relations happening in San Jose, whether it's an event or, like you say, programs. I just wanted to learn more about how this operates in San Jose.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Definitely if you go to the URL I provided, you'll follow it and you'll be able to see the specific websites for a couple of the different committees that we have. So for example, if you go to the website for our sister city with Dublin, Ireland, they'll have a list of events that are happening in the community. And I could pull it up for a moment, but if you think about it, kind of like cultural events that you've heard about, things having to do with particular communities from different parts of the world, food, music, all those kind of things.
Got it. Thank you. Do any commissioners have any other questions? Commissioner Liu.
I know that this is getting into a little bit of the specifics, but I'm sure it's somewhere in some report that the city has. When our officials are going to these places abroad and vice versa, when other officials are coming to San Jose, what is a really big takeaway that they take either from seeing San Jose and seeing how we work, or maybe what we as a city saw was interesting to explore further?
That's a great question. I can look into that more for you. I can ask some of the my own council member, one of the people who went to Dublin, and I'm sure there's other resources that I can look into as well about what they get out of and the kind of experience that they've had at different sister cities.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Commissioner Singh.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I missed it, but like how often do these trips or like these meetings occur where San Jose council members go to these cities?
I can look into that for you too.
Do any other Commissioner Vu?
Hello. I just want to say thank you for the report. This program, or there was a sister city homestay that actually one of my YAC members attended, and they told me about their experience, and it sounded super fun and informative. And I was just wondering if you guys were planning to host more of those sister city homestays or, yeah, just in the future.
Thank you. Yeah, I can definitely look into that for you, and I appreciate you bringing that up. That's one of the many types of initiatives that these are meant to foster and provide for people, but I'll follow up with that for you.
Any other commissioners? Oop, Commissioner Arroyo.
Hi. This is really interesting. I had a question. I follow Assembly Member Alex Lee on Instagram. Did he go to the same one? Do you happen to know?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
If he was, well, not off the top of my head, but I can look.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you for your report. We will now move on to, one second. Item B, Parks and Recreational Neighborhood Services from Lauren Hawkins.
Good evening, everyone. Just a moment, I will share my screen. Fabulous. Good evening again, members of the public and youth commissioners. My name is Lauren Hawkins, Recreation Superintendent for the Department of Parks, Recreation, Neighborhood Services, here to provide an update on all that has taken place in the department over the last month. So without further ado, we have a couple of great things taking place in the department right now when it comes to recruitments. So we are hiring for a few part-time benefited positions at our community centers, and then our senior recreation leader position that's supporting our out-of-school time programs, so our Rock After School, youth centers, teen centers, and things of that nature. Our friends over at the Happy Hollow Park and Zoo are hiring for a zoo curator, and we have two ongoing recruitments, one for our senior park ranger, and then one for a student intern for those looking to deepen their understanding of public service and public government. That's a great opportunity available ongoing. Within the recreation division of the department, a couple of great things. Our 2024 scholarship application is available for residents that are needing assistance to participate in our programs. Those applications are accepted on an ongoing basis, and folks that are in need of that can access that on our city website. And then can go into any of their local community centers to ask any clarifying questions or reach out via telephone as well. The spooky season is upon us. So if you're looking for a Halloween themed event, there are several near or on Halloween weekend. So there'll be a social media posts with a roadmap for all of the events that are coming up. So if you're interested, check that out on our Facebook page and on Instagram as well. For those that are interested in our teen center, those are up and running across the city as well. We have teen centers at Alma, Alum Rock, Alviso, Bascom, Berryessa Youth Center, Camden Youth Center, Mayfair, Roosevelt, Seven Trees, and Willow Glen. All of those have specific hours based off of the community need and the surrounding schools. So definitely check those out. They are free as long as you are a registered participant. And lastly, on October 10th, the department will be co-sponsoring along with members of the City Council, the Disability Awareness Day. It's a great opportunity for the public, city employees, and those just interested in learning more about therapeutic recreation and the community as a whole to get great resources, see some demos of adaptive sports and things of that nature. So if you're around downtown on Thursday, October 10th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., we invite you to come out and see a great showcase of talents and some free resources for folks as well. From our community services division, they have quite a few events coming up. One of their biggest is on October 5th. It's their autumn litter harvest. So save the date if you're interested. The contact information is on the flyer, which has been shared with the commission. But there's also a few litter cleanups that are coming up throughout the month of October as well. One right on Santa Clara Street and then one on Story Road. So if you're looking for some additional volunteer hours. Those are great opportunities to chisel away at those and also give back to the community. Also within the community services division, our youth intervention team served about 2,400 youth just this past fiscal year. They also celebrated their 30th annual Clean Slate graduation. And they've done some great work this year piloting some new late night gyms across the city, specifically for folks that have immigrated from Honduras, Nicaragua, Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico. They started in May this year. They also led a youth empowerment zone at a couple of the Viva Kai events that happened earlier this year. If you had the opportunity to check that out, I heard it was phenomenal. They've also started a new partnership with Fresh Life Lions for Youth, where these youth are participating in leadership courses to help develop their skills and potential to kind of course correct and expose them to other opportunities. The Youth Intervention Services team also added a middle school unit to their Safe School Campus initiative. They've also hired 8 new support staff to support youth intervention services. This Christmas, they will be doing a family giving tree for families that are looking for some support in gifts for their children. More information will be coming available in the next by the next presentation, so I'll share that with the commission then. And then the San Jose Youth Empowerment Alliance, their policy team will be meeting on November 21st of this year to discuss things as it relates to the strategic plan and just kind of the change in culture out in the community. And lastly, our Parks Division, Emma Cruz Park and Farm has quite a few programs taking place in the month of October. So if you're interested in a different recreation activity, definitely check them out on our SJ registration website. You can get more information there, or you can also follow them on Facebook at Emma Cruz Park and Farm. They have tours for both individuals and families in the month of October. They do a hayride. It's quite the idyllic Instagram setting if you're into that. They also have a few outdoor education classes for the early education age group, so 2 to 5-year-olds. So they have little farmers where they are growing plants on property. They'll also be taking the kiddos around to feed the various animals that they have on site, to name a few. And then to save the date for all of you, that they're having a free trick-or-treating event on Halloween, so on October 31st. From 5 to 7 p.m. There's no pre-registration required. So it'll be a great evening for all. And lastly, for those looking for some homework assistance, PAL Stadium has several activities available for kiddos that need some homework assistance at PAL Stadium. The flyer is available in both English and Spanish, and that's been provided to the commission this evening as well. And lastly, we still are collecting responses from the public regarding our parks and wanting to know what you guys are liking, where we can do better, and how we can maybe implement some of that feedback as we move forward in this fiscal year. And that is it. And I will be here if you have any questions.
Thank you. Do any commissioners have any questions? Commissioner Vu.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for your report. I was looking at your family giving tree event, and I was wondering who I could reach out for to contact about how my youth advisory council and how the commission can help with that event.
Let me get the specific person and I can share it back with the commission. So you get the right person and you guys can work out those finer details. Does that work?
Yeah, that works. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Kuczerowski.
Okay. So thank you for the report. It was very informative. So you mentioned the Youth Empowerment Alliance, and I was wondering if you could elaborate on that and how exactly youth are involved on that committee.
So just as a point of clarification, the San Jose Youth Empowerment Alliance is not a committee. It is a unit within PRNS. They specifically work with gang impacted youth. And they also house the Safe School Campus Initiative, SSIG, along with our female intervention team and Project Hope. I'm forgetting a few, so forgive me. But those folks specifically are doing outreach with, like I said, gang impacted youth. They work specifically in neighborhoods with neighborhood associations to help them establish a neighborhood association and help them work through the paperwork, essentially, to becoming a neighborhood association, and do events throughout the community. Some of those being dumpster days, litter pickups, to name a few, and then just doing general outreach as well.
Okay, thank you. That was perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, I had one question about the Safe Schools Initiative. I noticed that you mentioned that there is an added middle school unit. And I was
Yes.
wondering if there was any targeted schools or districts or communities that that middle school unit is currently targeting or is being involved with in this initial phase.
Thank you for the question. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more. Like I mentioned, it is a newly established unit within the Community Services Division, San Jose Youth Empowerment Alliance team. They don't have the specifics on that, but I'd be happy to get that information and the best point of contact for you guys and then share that back with the commission. Is that okay?
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do any other commissioners have any questions? Okay, well, thank you for your report, and we will move on to the San Jose Library report from Vidya Colombi.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm Vidya Kalambi from the library, here to provide the library update. On Tuesday, September 10th, the library kicked off its Fine Free Wave campaign with the help of Crazy George Henderson, the inventor of the wave, to announce the elimination of late fines on all overdue materials checked out on or after July 1st. The announcement was made public during the ceremonial item at San Jose City Council meeting right here, where the month of September was also proclaimed National Library Card Sign-Up Month. The library has partnered with the Golden State Warriors to release a new co-branded library card to promote literacy learning and the importance of becoming a member of the library. The Warriors library card is now available at all of our 25 library locations. For more information, please visit sjpl.org/warriors. Everyone is invited to join the Alviso branch in celebrating 25 years of community connection, learning, and discovery on Saturday, October 5th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will include remarks by city leaders, including Senator Aisha Wahab, and will feature a musical performance by Charged Particles, the Bay Area's favorite trio playing Latin jazz, a talented balloon artist, refreshments, and a visual slideshow of notable moments that have occurred at the Alviso branch over the past 25 years. Celebrate the spooky season with special Halloween-themed crafts and story times to parades and book giveaways. This year, our annual Halloween parade at the Dr. Martin Luther King Library will take place on Wednesday, October 30th, starting at 4 p.m. with a special outdoor performance, followed by a costume parade and trick-or-treat through the first 4 floors of the library. Our annual Halloween Booktacular giveaway is returning from October 21st to the 31st, and kids and teens can stop by any library location and pick up a free book while supplies last. All library branches will be closed for Indigenous Peoples' Day holiday on Monday, October 14th. The library will resume normal operating hours on Tuesday, October 15th. The Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library will remain open. And that concludes my update. I'm available for any questions.
Thank you. Do any commissioners have questions? Commissioner Liu.
Thank you for your report. And it seems that the library is definitely making impact and having exciting partnerships. So as this commission works to really evaluate and work to see in partnership with the library a lot more, I'm wondering, lots of this is great work. It's certainly great work. I'm wondering, can you identify a few challenges that the library has faced, and that they're working to improve on, or feedback that they've received from the community that they're considering to implement?
Yeah, thank you for the question. We always get a lot of feedback from the community about programs they want to see at the library. And so it has always been our goal to incorporate that feedback and provide new programs as we move forward. One of the big things after the pandemic that came up was reading programs, reading and writing programs. So that's going to be the focus of our programming this upcoming year. Having all our materials be fine free was also a big request, and so it has taken some time. But the children's items were always fines free the last couple of years. But this year, now that the adult materials are also fine free, we're hoping that a lot of our customers come back to the library.
I wanted to follow up on that point. Having fine-free overdue materials, what effect does that have on the library?
So we are hoping that being fine free, people still have to return their materials. But if they are late by a day or so, we wouldn't charge them. So they can bring it back. Sometimes it's not convenient to come back within 3 weeks to return an item. So you're hoping that more people come back, find the books that they have lost, under the couch somewhere in their house, and bring those back.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Pradeep Kumar.
Hi. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you for your report. And I just had a question because I was curious. Last time you gave us a report on the library's annual graphic novel contest, and I know that there was a award ceremony for that. I was just wondering how that went.
Oh, that was great. We had it right here
Mhm.
in the council chambers. We had some presentations in the rotunda as well. So it went really well. We had lovely guest speakers. This place was full, lots of wonderful winners. A good time was had by all, I think.
It's very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do any commissioners have questions? Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
report. And now we will move on to the commission chair report. So I would like to thank all the commissioners who came and presented the work plan to NSC. We presented to the Neighborhood Services and Education Commission on the work plan and got feedback from them. I would also like to add that for the ad hocs, there is no designated chair, and so that will be decided by the people in the ad hoc about who the chair of that specific ad hoc will be. There is a little exception for the education/career ad hoc in that meetings will be held pretty quickly, a quick turnaround after this meeting. And so just keep your calendars open for that ad hoc because meetings will start right away. Other than that, I hope your YAC meetings are going well, and that if you guys have any questions about YACs or anything like that, please feel free to ask other commissioners or myself. That concludes my chair report, and now we'll move on to commissioner reports per city district. District 1, Commissioner Mishra.
So I have a couple of updates regarding my District 1 Youth Advisory Council. I started my promotion process on August 21st and ended it on September 8th, where I promoted my YAC to Instagram and in schools, including Lynbrook, Westmont, Prospect, and Midi. I chose 20 District 1 YAC members from a total of 42 applicants. And we had our first meeting on Friday, September 20th at West Valley Library. I introduced the San Jose local government system, how the Youth Commission works and our accomplishments last year, and then also how our YAC works and what our accomplishments were last year. We also introduced all of our members and got to know each other, and we're having a picture day for our Instagram and website at our next meeting, and we'll be having officer elections for chair, vice chair, outreach, and secretary soon, so we're super excited for that. In addition, several members from our YAC are going to be collaborating with the NorCal chapter of Rhizome, a grassroots organization, to hold a youth voter summit in mid-October or the end of October. We held a voter registration drive with them at the Youth Leadership Summit last fiscal year, and we hope to continue collaborating with them in the future as well. And that's all from me.
Thank you. District 2, Commissioner Pradeep Kumar.
Okay, hi everyone. So my first update for District 2 would be about our Youth Advisory Council. We've received over 20 applications and I'll be reviewing them shortly. And we're scheduled to have our first YAC meeting on October 5th. And regarding the social media of our YAC, it's been updated weekly on the YAC application reminders and on information about the District 2 YAC. And on the outreach side of things, one objective in our outreach plan was to email libraries monthly about the Youth Commission activities. So I'll be doing that as well towards the end of this month.
Thank you. District 3, Commissioner Sanchez.
So some of my updates are about my yaks, and I was able to get a good amount of yaks into, or signups for my yaks. I was able to talk to some schools, so I think San Jose Public School, High School, I was able to talk to them and have some of my stuff put out there for District 3, and a lot of people signed up. I'm planning on being able to get to all of them since I kind of got locked out of my email. And now we're just planning on setting up a meeting so we can all talk about further improvements and future plannings.
Thank you. District 4, Commissioner Arroyo.
Hi guys. So since the last meeting, I basically just continued publicizing our our YAC applications, and I ended up with around 40 applications, and I released the interview slots for this morning. I'm looking to finish interviews in about a week from now and having our meeting within the next week and a half or 2 weeks. I have a team of around 9 returners, so that's very promising. And I have actually a good amount of middle school applicants, so I'm really excited about that. Thanks, guys.
Commissioner Liu.
Thank you. First, my YAC report. We've been meeting weekly to finalize our YAC work plan that includes partnership with community advocates and organizations to help further our own work plan for our district and the Youth Commission's work plan, and supporting that. Next, we're working in partnership with Councilmember Ortiz's office to plan our second annual Culture Fest, which will take place on October 12th. Which I think it's either a Saturday or Sunday, but it's weekend. And it'll take place from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Alum Rock Youth Center. Eastside commissioners, I would love your help in reaching out to schools to help secure performances from any school clubs. That's something that we're working on. So that is the district report. I wanted to touch lightly on NLC, National League of Cities. We are meeting tomorrow. The youth delegates on the Youth Education and Families delegation is meeting tomorrow to plan for the upcoming national conference. I want to use this time to also emphasize some of the really great ideas that I've heard from my fellow youth delegates. And I think they're very creative ideas to tackle mental health and to include cities in that process. What some youth commissioners have done in the East Coast side is they created and worked with their Parks and Recreation departments to create a park bench that not screams, but that every time a young person sits on, shouts affirmations at them. So that was a pretty unique, that was a very unique experience. Okay, yeah, that's it for a report. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Bansal.
Okay, so I've also been locked out of my email like Commissioner Sanchez, so I'm trying to figure that out. But we have the application link open, and I think that's going pretty well. And then also working with Neha to do communications and outreach together. But so far, it's been a little slow, like we're just starting out. But yeah, that's my report.
Commissioner Gonzalez Munoz.
I have a couple new updates. One new update is that for my YAC, I have been getting a couple of requests to apply for them. So, but I also haven't been able to contact them back because my account has been locked too. I'm pretty sure everyone's account was locked. So, another thing, I have email. No, actually, another thing is that me and Emily have I met up with her for a one-on-one meeting to talk about my work plan. I have a couple things in plan and for this year, so hopefully that should be accomplished, and I think I will accomplish, and I have a lot of stuff planning to do with the rest of the commissioners. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Commissioner Singh?
Oh, before we move to Commissioner Singh, can we go back to District 7?
My bad. Commissioner Vu?
So my first update is that I finished all my Yak onboarding, and we ended up with around 20 people onboarded. I had my first Yak meeting two Saturdays ago, September 15th at Martin Luther King Library. We had around 8 members attend, and we worked and finalized our work plan. It includes a college and career pathway topic, environmental/sustainability, and mental health resources. And then after that, we had a Yak bonding at Iskuti. I also released Yak Core Council applications, and I'm currently going through them to finalize the Core Council. And I have my next Yak meeting planned for September 28th, which is this Saturday at Tully Library.
Thank you. Now Commissioner Singh.
Yeah, so my first updates regarding my Yak, I've received a couple applications in my youth commission email, and I just recently got access to that, so I'm going to reach out to them when I can. District 9 this year is sitting on the environmental ad hoc, so I'm making sure that that my Yak prioritizes environmental advocacy, and because of that, I'm working on an introduction of the youth commission at our school's environment club meeting, so I can get new applicants from there as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you. For District 10, we have now 18 Yak members, and we're hosting bi-weekly meetings this year. And at our last meeting, we established our work plan, which is centered around 3 objectives of environment, resources for underprivileged youth, and civic engagement. And we're going to work on how to do those and succeed in those objectives in our next meeting. We participated with the collaboration of a local neighborhood association in helping moderate a city council, District 10, for the candidates that are running for their city council seat. We help moderate that debate and filter questions and run tech in partnership with our local neighborhood association. And I'm looking forward to sitting on the ad hocs and for the commission to start their work in that. Citywide Commissioner Kucheriski.
Okay, so before I mention my Yak, I want to mention the NSC meeting we had on September 13th. I had the wonderful opportunity to present on the Innovation Committee, and I do hope they liked our idea. So for my Yak, I have been recruiting through Instagram and emails, and I have gotten over 17 signups in the last month. I reached out to multiple schools, including Willow Glen, Prospect, Evergreen, San Jose, and Harker. Multiple of them have replied, and I plan on tabling at some of these schools if any other commissioners would like to join me on that. I'm also planning on working with Andrew Hill on their career fair, and that is October 31st, Halloween, if anyone else would like to help out with that. Other than that, I plan on appointing positions soon, and our first meeting will take place in the beginning of October. We are starting to get ideas of our structure and our focus for this year, including whether we not want to work on researching with policy or if we want to focus on events.
Okay, thank you. We will now move on to item 7, items for future commission meeting agendas. Do we have any commissioners that would like to suggest an item to be put on future agendas? Oh, okay, we will move on to item 8, meeting schedule and agenda items. Our next commission meeting is next Monday, October 28th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. in City Council chambers. We will move on to item 9, I believe. Yeah, item 9, adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Commissioner Gonzalez, please adjourn.
On your screen.
I did. Oh, shoot.
Okay, the motion passes unanimously, and we are adjourned at 7:15 p.m.